Howdy YouTube, Zipdisk here. This is the second take on this review. I tried to do it yesterday, but somehow the file got corrupted and screwed up. So today we're looking at the second of the Thanksgiving Walmart exclusive basic size, scout size 2-packs. That one being War of the Waves, which again says Cybertron. See right there, Cybertron. It says 1984 to 2009. This is from 05 to 06. Cybertron, the Unicron trilogy concludes, which is good. I mean, as far as the cartoons went, Cybertron was probably the best of the bad bunch. I mean, the original Japanese version, Galaxy Force, is much better, but then you can say that about all of them. Super Link was better than Energon, simply because it had a coherent story. It still dragged a lot. In fact, I'm still watching Super Link right now. But aside from that, we're here to talk about toys, mostly. Let's get this little thing started with the blurb on the package. War of the Waves, Cybertron series. Storm Surge isn't exactly king of the waves, but he's the guy Megatron left in charge, and he'll be rusted if any low-down Autobot that can't even swim is going to beat him. Air Raid has been sent to sink him, but it's all the Autobot Flyer can do to dodge the frantic flood of firepower spewing at him from the surface of the sea. Frantic flood of firepower. That's a pretty good alliteration. Unfortunately, that's about the best I can say about this blurb. It's kind of silly, considering neither of these are actual sea vehicles. I mean, yeah, Storm Surge comes the closest as a hovercraft, but that's not exactly an ocean-going vessel, since it can go on land as well. Oh well. Yeah, so let's start with Storm Surge. He is a hovercraft, and a fairly nice one, too. I actually like the vehicle mode on this mold. Again, as I had a problem with the first one, this has Sector 7 logos on it, not a single Decepticon logo anywhere, which makes me angry, because this was originally a Decepticon by the name of Short Round, who has the best bio, who has the funniest bio I've read in a long time. You should check it out on the TF Wiki. He's got some nice detailing. I do like the cockpit, painted windows. He's got these nice goldish colored turbines, which make me kind of happy. I like metallic paint. Not as good as chrome, mind you, but I do like metallic paint. All in all, he's a fairly nice mold, although he does have a tiny bit of visible head syndrome, since there's his head, although he's facing backwards, so, you know. He's got a cyber key gimmick, as most of these guys do. Let me grab my cyber key, because I forgot to grab one before I started this review. And even though this isn't actually his, it's someone else's. His actual cyber key has a nice Decepticon logo on it, and it's blue like water, so that's nice. I'm just going to use a generic one to show you. He's got these turbines in the back, and when you insert the Cyber Planet key, or Force Chip, as people who like Galaxy Force, myself included, will more appropriately use, his turbines turn into little guns. And that's pretty cool. I do like that. And just check that out. He's got little guns, which is fine and dandy. He also comes with a gun. This one right here, which you can place right there on his vehicle mode, which doesn't really help much because that means it's a gigantic gun, or he's a tiny hovercraft. Also, his Cyber Planet key slot in the back, you can nicely pretend that's like a docking port for cars or whatever, so we can take them across the English Channel, because that's what these things do, is they travel across the English Channel. Transformation, really simple on this guy. Turn them around, split these will become the arms. Take this white section right here and fold it down and out. Then fold it back and clip it in place, which will also push his head up. Take his head out. We won't flip that around yet because I like to do the head shot last, like most people. Then you take his feet, you fold them out. Of course, his legs will split. Pull his arms down like this. Push them out like this, so you get his arms, or you can leave them straight out like here and go grrr, arg. But I prefer to keep them split down like this. And then these gray bits right here will form his giant lobster claw hands. Yeah, he has giant lobster claw hands. And then you'll take his head and spin it around. Now, to me, somehow that head sculpt right there looks like an owl. I don't know why something with lobster claws would have an owl head, but oh well. And then you can take his gun, right here, a little gray gun, and put it in one of the lobster, and attach it to a little spot on one of the lobster claws. It doesn't look the best, because it doesn't actually look like he's holding his gun. It looks like it's just clipped in. But, you know, it's not a terrible mold. I like it for what it's worth. Let me get to his stats real quick. He doesn't have the world's best stats. He has a strength of 8, mostly due to the fact that he's got gigantic lobster claws, an intelligence of 3, he ain't very bright, a speed of 6, an endurance of 5, a rank of 3, Megatron gives him the crap jobs. Courage of 5, Fire Blast of 7, and skill of 3. So he sucks. His best things are the fact that he's got a bit of firepower and he's strong. And, well, he's okay in speed. Let's move on to Air Raid. Now, Air Raid I have a problem with. I love the mold, don't get me wrong. But it's not a Cybertron mold at all. It's an Energon mold. This is one of the Energon Omnicons. The one named Air Glide in Japan. I forget what his name is in the US. I really like this mold. But then I'm a big fan of the Energon Energon molds in general, except for most of the Autobots. Although the Omnicons I don't exactly count because they're basic sized. So, they're pretty good. He's got these black Energon weapons. My biggest problem is the black Energon weapons, really. In the original version, these were all clear plastic, and I like that because the Energon star, which goes right here, covers up one of his Autobot symbols, which is the one on his little, I don't know exactly what to call it, spark crystal, whatever you want to call it. And that was kind of a problem to me, because it totally covers it up when they make it opaque black plastic. Now let's take these black bits off of him. They'll form a weapon later, as many Energon figures did. And we're left with this camouflage jet thing. A big problem I have, again, Sector 7 logo. But he does have Autobot logos on his wings, molded in, if you can see those. What bothers me here is they have red paint on this part right here, but there's no red paint on the Autobot symbol. And I would have preferred that if they would have taken the time to put the red paint on the Autobot symbol. Oh well, they were basically cheap 2-packs, and I just think they didn't care. They just had some leftover movie deco versions of these laying around. Pull his arms out like this, flip his legs down. Oh, also in this mode, he has this kind of a capture claw underneath. I guess for grabbing stray minicons or helping out his fellow people when they're down. I guess you could put like one of the other Omnicons caught in there so that he could fly him around as a transport. Anyway, as I was saying, pull the arms out like this. Fold the legs down. Like so. And you take his feet, which are right here. You flip them out. Now, we'll flip these around because it looks better if his wings are not facing forward on his arms, although it does expose the unpainted wing bottoms. And then we'll take this part and spin it around, which is a bit of early kind of automorph, which is maybe why they put this in movie deco. And then we'll take that down, like that. This is him in robot mode. It's a nice little compact robot mode. I have no problems with it, except for the leg articulation. He can move his legs out and back, and he can do a Perceptor kick. Ha! But really, that's about the limit of his leg articulation. He has no knee articulation at all because of the fact that his knees are the rocket engines back there. Now onto his weapons. You can take this black Energon weapon and use it as a gun if you really want to, which was done in the show on a number of occasions, most especially when they were trying to take Cybertron back from the Decepticons. Or you can take it and combine it with these two black bits that were on his wings to form his Energon. Oh, it looks kind of like a spear, or maybe it's a shovel. He is kind of a worker after all, so maybe he's got a big shovel, or maybe he's just, you know, really likes having a big spear. And you can take the black Energon star and put it on his chest, which covers up his Autobot logo. But that's part of the way I guess they wanted this to look. All in all, it's a good mold. I like this mold. I like this toy. I wish I had the original Energon version, or Super Link version, whatever you want to call it. It's not bad. Not bad at all, really. I just wish that they'd not put it in a Cybertron dedicated 2-pack. Let's read his stats, Air Raid's stats, real quick. Air Raid has a strength of 7, an intelligence of 6, a speed of 8, an endurance of 9, a rank of 7, a courage of 9, a fire blast of 6, and a skill of 6. So in almost every way, he outclasses Storm Surge. So, not much of a fight, really, except for the fact that he's dodging most of the time. But anyway, this has been Zipdisk. Out of these two packs, I would recommend the War of the Waves over the Data War if you happen to not have the versions of these figures in any other form. If you have versions of these figures in any other form, skip it. Skip it now. Don't even bother. Even if you see it on discount at Walmart, unless you really want to fill out your basic size or scout size. I mean, you can do army building with these guys if you really want to, because all the Omnicons were based on the same three molds except for the RC mold. Oh well, go ahead. That's what I think about these figures. Have a good day.